is called Overhaul, and it's a fascinating read for all of us who watched all of this unfold. First of all, Steven Rattner hates the term car czar. He says there were 14 people who made up the task force that made most of these decisions. And after reviewing the internal books of the car companies, he said they quickly decided that bankruptcy was their only option, and they still almost lost Chrysler. We spoke with Steven Rattner by satellite as he releases his book called Overhaul. He says it was clear from the very beginning that Rick Wagner had to go because he blamed external forces for GM's downfall and didn't take responsibility for the situation the company was in.
Anyone who had taken a company and in effect let it go off a cliff to the point where it needed a massive infusion of government money probably shouldn't be in his job. But what really made the decision even easier, or compounded the problem, if you will, was on February 17th when GM submitted its so-called viability plan to show us in the world how they were going to make the company work. It was not a plan, it was a hope.
And the government came close to letting Chrysler implode, but the president chose to save it.
It was the toughest decision the president had to make in the course of this whole episode, because Chrysler was a marginal player. It had been hollowed out by its years of Daimler and private equity ownership. It had not one car that was on the Consumer Reports bestseller list, most recommended list, and so it was very marginal.
Now, coming up on Action News at 5, you'll hear more insights from Steven Rattner about the politics involved in making the decision not to move General Motors out of Detroit and into Warren, which automaker he says is still in danger of going under, and also how his book Overhaul could end up affecting the Chicago mayor's race. All that much more coming up on Action News at 5.
All right.